Hey, everybody, it's the Best Life Ever podcast, and I have a special guest here, my good friend Dea Irby from North Carolina. We have a long history. We were chit chatting before because we want to spare you the time because she has a great story. But I do want to tell you, I've known her for a long time, and we've done some crazy things together when I lived in Raleigh. I miss her terribly. I'm in Nashville. I'm really only maybe 5 hours away. I need to take a trip. I really do. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her that I love, but she's going to repeat it probably. But you're looking at a woman that has 8 children, and most of them are in ministry of some sort all over the world, preaching the gospel. And she has a husband who did preaching for a long time, who's now a coach. And she'll tell you more about that as we go on. But I love that we both end up in Raleigh, Durham area, right? And we were both from Georgia, and we met each other at a networking event. And I met her, and she came up to me and said, "Hey, what can I do for you today?" I said, "Help me find a church." And she invited me to her church. And I said, "Well, how many people are there?" Because I was used to coming from a mega church. She said, "Well, if you join, there'll be three." And so that was the journey of Dia and Connie. And we had a great time. And we really did build the church for a while too, didn't we? So it was fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fun times.
Yes. So, Dia, that's my introduction. I love you. And I want to know more about, just tell us about yourself. Like you could say where you came from, where you're living now, all that. Just roll. Okay.
Okay. Well, I jokingly say that I'm from South America, and people go, "Oh, really?" And I go, "Yes. I was born and raised in Mississippi. We've lived in Alabama, two places in Georgia, and two places in Florida, and that covers South America."
You're right. That's great.
And then we moved north to North Carolina,
Oh,
still South. So I'm Southern bred, born and bred.
uh,
I also, thank you for mentioning, I have 8 children. I do need to clarify
okay.
that it is the same husband and the same body,
Yes, yes. Yeah, right.
because people say, "Well, I've got 12 kids." And I'm like, "Wow." And they go, "Yeah, my first husband had three when we got married, and then I would do it." And I'm like, "We did
Yeah,
it the old-fashioned way."
yeah, you sure did.
Course, we
Yeah,
did it God's way, let me just say.
yeah,
And I, people go, 8 kids, every one of them is a special gift from God
yeah,
and a blessing. And who turns down a raise at work? That's a blessing.
yeah.
But don't want to, you want to turn down a blessing of a child. So here, what had happened is we got married in 74, and
Mhm.
every odd year after that, for 4 odd years, we had a baby.
Oh, I know.
Girls,
I
two
love
boys.
those stories too. I love her story. Oh my gosh, but yeah, go ahead. How she had her kids. Yeah.
Yes, right. So we were good. We moved, we got rid of the baby equipment. 5 years later, it's like, oh, wait, I know this feeling. So for 3 even years, we had three more, the
Oh,
boys, the three musketeers.
okay.
And seven is the number of completion. It's the perfect number.
Huh?
No problem. And we moved and got rid of the baby equipment. 8 years later,
Oh, 8.
yes, our oldest daughter's getting married, and I'm wearing a Mother of the Bride maternity dress.
Oh
Yeah, that was hard to shop for.
no.
But I did find it. And yes, so ah, 8 kids, and number 8 is what number 6 got for his birthday. She was born on his birthday.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
they're the only two with red hair and freckles,
oh.
both on September 22nd. And the first one of the first batch, because we call them batches, the first one of the first batch and the first one of the second batch have the same birthday.
Oh, wow.
I have two sets of birthday twins born 11 and 10 years apart.
Oh my gosh.
But my husband and I this summer will be married 52 years.
Oh,
52
yay.
years of married bliss.
Oh.
So,
And I can verify they are a great couple. I
we
love
now
watching.
have 19 grandchildren and
Oh,
a bonus
congratulations.
daughter because our oldest grandson got married. And yes, six of them were born in other countries. So one of the, well, there's so many opportunities God gave me for growth. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
Like we graduated from seminary, and my husband was assigned a church to plant a church in Central Florida, 13 hours away from anything I'd ever known. The only time I moved before going to college was from the back bedroom to the front bedroom. I knew nothing else. And now we're moving 13 hours away with two babies under two, and the youngest was 4 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
And that was a journey to these seven faithful people that wanted to build a church.
Oh,
So
wow.
began the journey. And God provided a guardian angel that was one of the seven. She would come to my house and just wash my dishes and fold the laundry and just be there, just to be there with me to help me. Um, God sent her because
Wow.
that was a very hard. My husband was always gone, networking, finding people to build the church, which we did,
Mhm.
and uh, it was really hard. And but we had a ministry, sort of ministry, where random people would end up staying with us that the police station sent us.
Oh,
Transient needed a night stay. It's like,
even back then? Oh my gosh, because I know when I met you, that happened too. Yeah.
yes, and yes, that's a totally other story that we found out this one person that we did think was kind of crazy had escaped from an asylum and had a gunpoint. She was able to escape. Anyway,
Oh my
but
gosh.
God, God protects you in your
Yeah.
ignorance and your willingness to be obedient.
Yeah.
But in all of our travels, um, yeah, one of the times you need a break sometimes from just being all in. And my husband took a an assignment. Well, he stepped away from the ministry. Okay.
How many
And
kids did you have then? How many
uh,
kids?
what? By then we had eight.
Eight.
No,
Oh, okay.
yes, we had eight. Uh,
Okay.
Oldest was already married. And the next one was in Croatia, I think. And they were the first batch had already graduated from college, I think.
Okay. So
Or
where
one was in college.
and when he took a break, what state were you in?
We were in Georgia.
Georgia, Commerce, Georgia, right? Commerce, Georgia.
Well, no, we were in Lithia Springs.
Okay. Hmm.
Lithia Springs. But he was looking around, what kind of job, whatever, and he found a job working at a military boarding school as the athletic director because his background
Oh,
is
I
coaching and
know
all
that. Yeah,
that.
I know that school. Good
Uh,
school.
yeah. So I we had to sell the house, and we had some kids in school and some I was homeschooling. So there was that. And so he went ahead and moved to Port Gibson, Mississippi, to start this job. And I was at home still trying to sell the house, managing half the salary and the same expenses. And
Oh,
I have to tell you this one night, for dinner, we had peanut butter sandwiches.
oh,
And one of my sons, Gabe, I don't think you ever met him,
yeah,
eventually
I
took
did. Yeah,
a
I did.
lineman,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
tall, big guy. He says,
Yes.
I'm hungry. I want something else to eat. And I had the heel slice and spatula scraped out peanut butter to give him the last half of a
Oh,
sandwich.
oh.
And that night, I just cried out to God, God, what is going on? Give us this day our daily bread. You promise if we pray that you will provide it. Help me. Well, let me know you see me because it was really hard. I
Mhm.
felt deserted and alone and desperate and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And God hears. The next day in my mailbox was a homemade loaf of bread.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, bread.
Okay,
That's amazing. Yeah.
the backstory to that is when my husband was looking for the job, the main ministry that sponsors the military camp was French Camp Academy. And when people go to visit, to meet the people, to possibly get a job with them at the main campus, they have a bakery and they will send a loaf of bread.
Oh,
It was months before that we had visited.
wow.
God's answer, God was waiting for me to ask him.
Just in time. He said that let's just save this bread until she needs it. You
Let's
know.
say this bread till she asked me for it.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah.
how many blessings are waiting for us in heaven that we just they're God's not sending because we're not asking for them.
Oh, well, I'm
That's
going to
the
remember that
backstory.
today. I'm going to do that today.
So
Thank
I
you.
call it manna in the mailbox.
That's good. There's a book there.
Yeah, well, it's I've submitted it to Chicken Soup, but it hadn't made it yet.
Uh,
Anyway, manna in the mailbox. So that was one time. What? Okay, so we did get the house sold. And we had taken a truckload of our stuff because we had so much stuff. 8 kids, everybody's got their stuff they're leaving behind for us to keep for them. We'd taken a whole truckload down and put it in storage at uh, at the military campus until we could sell the house. Also, it kind of makes the house look better when it doesn't have so much stuff in it.
mhm.
So we sold the house. We're moving down there. They were providing some place for it to stay. And my husband shows up with a moving van. Our son, that was well, one of our college age or out of college, was there to help, or two of them. I can't remember. So my husband comes in and he goes, I got to talk to you about something. I'm like, okay. He said, well, I drive through my hometown to get back to Georgia from down at the military school. And I stopped in school because, I thought if I'm going to be coaching them, then maybe we could have some games together with my high school alumni. And I know I went to school with these guys, right? And so, well, and this is after I'd already sent out change of address postcards and all
Oh
this. And
no.
he goes, so, we're not moving to Port Gibson. We're going to move to Morton, Mississippi. And I'm going to coach basketball there and teach Bible in school.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
So we're going to take the U-Haul down to Port Gibson, load it up with all that stuff, and take it to up to. They said we could store it in an extra room in the gym.
Oh.
So we packed up and we moved there. And this is so like and our youngest was 2 or 3. Number 8 was 2 or 3.
Oh wow.
So they said, and they have a house for us right next to the campus.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was a 3 bedroom. So my future football playing son and his little 3-year-old sister shared a bed in one bedroom. And the 2 boys that were still at home, the 5 and 7, they shared a bedroom, and our bathroom, the living kit, anyway, it was a little depressing. Somebody had built a cabinet above the shower,
Oh,
short. So when I tried to wash my hair, I would hit the bottom of the cabinet.
oh, wow,
There was
wow.
a hole in the bathroom floor that you could see the
Oh
ground.
no. Oh no.
When I'm making pancakes, I had to have a spatula for flipping the pancakes and a fly swatter to kill the roaches.
Oh, oh, I've lived in a place like that once. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And but that was okay. Okay, I've been a Girl Scout. We're camping. We're camping. Um,
Yeah.
the part that was the most challenging was one, I think I was in deep depression,
Mm,
but I had no place to belong.
mm,
For all these years, every time we moved somewhere, we had a family waiting for us, a church. I
yeah.
knew I would like the church, and I knew for sure I would like the pastor,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
That
right.
was
Yeah.
my husband, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and I didn't have to beg to offer to serve.
Yeah.
People were, oh, can you teach a Sunday school class? Can you work with and oh, we want you to be, it was a given. And
Yeah.
my gifts, and I
Yeah.
was able to contribute.
Yeah. But that's important. I know that story.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, when you when you go visit a church and nobody even sort of acknowledges that you're there,
Mhm.
you have no way to get, then God says, so let's talk about this. What is your, where do you find your value?
Mm,
Do you find your value in the things that you can do for other people?
mm,
Or are you totally content in being and having a relationship with me?
mm,
And and that was when, and also I had had this, I say I had this big revelation because I was struggling with all these things that I had to, I had to make sure the kids were all taken care of, and I had to make sure I
yeah.
knew what was going on with everybody. And by this time, our oldest daughter was living in Brazil,
Oh wow.
and, um, and expecting her first child. And then 9/11 happened, and all these things
Wow.
while we're in this little, and so, and I was supposed to go down for my grandson's birth. And I'm wondering, am I going to get to fly down? Because he was born at the end of October, and this has happened
Oh,
9/11
oh, yeah.
and all that stuff. But I had this major revelation. I am not God. What? I
Uh,
can't be everywhere like God can.
yeah.
I can't do everything like God can.
Hmm.
I can't know everything like God can.
Yeah.
And it was like a release of burden from my shoulders. Oh, I don't have to be God.
Yeah. Isn't that what they call codependent?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's all
Uh-huh.
kinds of names to it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that was a relief. But also just getting back to the Psalms and reigniting that heart connection with God's heart without all the stuff happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of that was a growing experience. And then my husband found a church supply. So every weekend we would drive about an hour and a half to stay in the house they had there and minister for the weekend. And then,
That was still in Mississippi, right? We're still in
yes, that
Mississippi.
was
Yeah.
still in Mississippi. And then, long story, but his contract ended and they didn't renew it. And,
Oh.
they, uh, yes, everything was fine on our part. They had some opinions. So anyway, we were full time there until we got called to North Georgia, and then we moved again.
Okay.
So with but um
So you went from Mississippi back to Georgia.
back to Georgia to North Georgia mountains, and then from there
Okay.
we came here. But yeah, because
But you had a tea shop there. I
I
remember.
did
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
Baron Court. I'd always wanted something like Dia's Deli or some kind of restaurant or something. And I visited Atlanta with my would-be daughter-in-law to a
Uh-huh.
tea shop. She was dating, actually, she started out dating both my sons. And then one of my sons said, you need to really go out with my brother because he's taller and more suave and demeanor than I am. And so
He passed her off. Oh my gosh.
yes. So anyway, she took me to a tea room and oh, I was enamored. With the delicate china on the lace-covered table and the carefully crafted sweets on the three-tiered tray and
Yeah.
the fragrance of bergamot escaping when the Earl Grey tea was poured. It was like,
Uh,
yes. And
uh-huh.
the town that we had moved to is this little quaint little North Georgia almost village
Yeah.
town with
Uh-huh.
the hallmarks downtown square.
Uh-huh.
Thinking
Yeah.
this is the perfect place for a tea room.
Yeah.
Except that I still have three kids at home. Um, and but I'm going to investigate this. So I started doing research. I talked to all the merchants on the square. What do you think? Would this work? Would this be a good idea? Oh, yeah, that's great. And I talked to Julia at Julia's Corner Cottage and I asked, oh, this music is fabulous. This is what I want in my tea room. And I got the names of the CDs from Julia's Corner Cottage. And then I thought, I need to talk to a real estate agent. So I said, I want to be on the square. And he found this location that was right there on the square. And I'm thinking, all we got to do is add a kitchen and get all the other stuff. And this is the perfect place. Yes. And oh, wait, I have this vision. I'd come up with five things. It had to be on the square. It had to have a nice ladies' room, bathroom,
Yeah.
for anybody. I wanted
Yeah.
a bookshelf with interesting books, and I wanted to have a guest book so people could sign in and feel like they were really here,
Uh-huh.
and have music like at Julia's Corner Cottage. I
Was
had
it
all
like
that.
wow. Was it like dulcimer music? Like they
It was
Georgia?
classical, tea roomy kind of
Okay. Okay.
vibe. So
Yeah.
then I thought, oh, but wait, I have no business information, no business skills. So
Uh-huh.
I will take advantage of the free state Georgia
Hmm.
business counselor, small business
Yeah.
counselor.
I
And
still
I
do.
went in and I got rid of my mom clothes and put on my most, what I thought looked like a business outfit. Came in with all my notebook and everything. And I said, and I told him my five essentials. And he goes, he kind of looks at me and goes, so how much is it going to cost to put?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I'm like shrinking. And he goes, how many cups of tea are you going to have to sell to make a profit? And I mean, and how much is our forks and knives and tablecloths going to cost? And I just melted in the chair. Now, granted, the whole time I was going on this experiment, I was saying, God, this is in open hands.
Uh-huh.
Take it from me if I'm not supposed to do this. If this is a mistake,
Yeah. That's
get rid
Exodus
of it.
33,
Take it.
16. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So reality took it out of my hands.
Oh.
And and it's like, okay, well, that was fun. I learned a lot. I found out how to join the Tea Institute and all these the many parts of the business and all about tea and all these ideas. Maybe I had some names I was going to do, but my daughter was having her, I was going to visit my daughter,
Mhm.
and my son was getting married, and I was making the groom's cake,
Oh,
and I had children at home and schooling. And so, like, really, a
yeah,
business?
yeah,
I'm better as a stay in the van mom. You
yeah.
know,
Uh,
nobody stay at home. Nobody stays at home. They're staying in the van. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
about 3 months go by and my phone rings. I'm like, hello. And it's like, Dea, it was my real estate agent. And
Oh,
show me that property.
yeah.
He never understood what I was trying to do. He said, I don't know what you decided to do about that tea thing you wanted to do, but I
Uh-huh.
have some German couple, the German friends, a couple, they have totally renovated this building and to make it a German dessert space. But they decided after they got it all renovated, they didn't want to run it. They just they've got it ready and they're looking for somebody to run it. Would you
Oh,
be interested?
oh,
And I went, I don't know. Where is it? Downtown on the square, really close to the place I showed you. I'm like, okay, oh, okay. I'd already, it was already dead. My dream had been buried. And I said, well, I do need to take my daughter to ballet downtown. So I guess, it's in the next block. I'll come over and meet them.
uh-huh.
And okay. So I go in, and this tall, handsome German couple smiles and greets me. And I sit at the, oh, and another thing that he told me, he says, oh, by the way, they've already bought all the forks and knives and tablecloths. A
Oh,
sign has been ordered
oh,
and
wow.
can't change the name. Oh, and the kitchen has already been approved by the health department.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow. Oh,
So I'm
God.
sitting there. And they offered me some coconut cream cake and some coffee and listening to their vision and the history of the Baron York building. And as I'm sitting there listening to them, the chandelier is reflecting on the polished heart pine floors. And then I start thinking, wait, my five essentials on the square,
Uh-huh.
check.
Hmm.
To my right was a bookcase of interesting books.
Oh,
Check. On the table to the other side was a guest book. Check.
oh,
I
yeah.
had passed a powder room that was perfect with a decorated basket with linen hand towels.
Wow.
Check. And then I thought, wait, what what music is this? It sounds familiar. Oh, you probably heard it at Julia's Corner Cottage. When
Oh
she closed, we bought her sound system and these CDs were in
my
it.
gosh. Wow. See, that was God all the way. Wow.
My dream had to be buried for God to resurrect a new version. And,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
but still, I still had my plane ticket and all this stuff. And anyway, when do you want to open? In 4 weeks. And then I thought, this will clinch it. How much is it going to cost for me to start? Because I had no working capital. I just had these
Hmm.
dreams.
Hmm. Hmm.
They said, well, we know it'll take you a while to get established, so you don't have to pay rent for the first couple of months.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
So the Baron York enjoyed 7 years
Ah,
of beautiful music
uh-huh.
with carefully crafted sweets and savories on a three-tiered tray.
Aw.
And uh, and I ended up with a cookbook.
Yes, you did. A tea book. And I have
So,
that book. Hmm. Very impressive too. Yeah.
and that is one of the stories that is in one of the chicken soup books, in
Wow.
the Stepping Outside Your Comfort Zone book,
Wow.
about
Yes.
how
How many books do you have?
resurrected them.
How many books? She's written all those books in the back, everybody. How many are back there?
Oh, I don't even know. They're various and they're um, I've got a couple, three in chicken soup books. I've got a collective about 9/11 from a writers group, a business book about building good culture. I've got some parenting booklets. Like people ask me, why have your children lived all over the world?
Oh,
They've lived on 5 continents
oh,
and
wow.
they're impacting the world.
Including Turkey. I
And
remember when
yes,
you, yeah.
well, and Malia has now moved to North Macedonia.
I did not know that.
Yes. She just
Your
moved here,
baby.
a baby, all single 27, cute as a button, sweetheart, living in North Macedonia. She got a film production degree in
Oh,
up in Pennsylvania, worked for a film production company, moved there, and now she's had opportunities to use those skills to create marketing videos for companies.
wow.
Just
Wow.
love on
So,
the people.
so you are an empty nester. Oh.
Absolutely. Took us 45 years, but we are empty. And yes, which is
And you're
why
yeah, and you're no longer a preacher's wife.
preacher's wife. No, we're both real estate agents, and I
Oh,
continue to write and speak. And I am about to release a book to help churches with their culture. So
oh,
that if you improve your culture,
mhm.
that is the foundational
Yeah,
reason why people aren't coming and joining, why
yeah,
people aren't be getting involved, and why tithing is not what it should be. So
yeah,
those are the three main issues churches face.
yeah.
And I've developed a framework for working with churches to
Mhm.
implement ways to improve, to deal with those.
Yeah, and we need that. And you're a perfect leader for that because you've been,
Hello. I've
yeah,
been,
perfect.
and when I really was burdened to address this was
Yeah,
when my husband did retire.
yeah,
Then we became those church shoppers. And
yeah,
we would go from church to church, fill out the visitor card, walk up and meet people
mhm,
that were the opinion leaders, the ones
mhm,
that,
yeah,
influencers,
yeah,
and just say, hey, we've got 45, 50 years of experience. We're
yeah,
here for you. How can you
yeah.
know what we
And
got
we
in
don't
response?
care.
You know what we got in response?
Yeah, we don't care.
Cricket.
Uh, oh yeah. Oh, I heard one time, oh, we don't care what you did previous to being here. We're gonna,
Right.
we're gonna take your minor gift and put you at the front door to greet. Okay. Well, I'm a teacher. Well, too bad we don't care, you know.
So
Yeah.
I am I am intent on helping that get changed
Good.
with churches.
Yeah.
And through online training, I've got the book that's coming out, or live workshops,
Good.
uh, just whatever they need.
Yeah.
First, you have to realize, I mean, you're not going to go to the doctor if you don't know you're sick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've got
And
some
you have a
assessments for people. I've got an assessment for a church to take that may reveal some of the gaps that they have.
Mhm.
And so I'm really excited about it. Want to get it out there. So asking for prayers to get that out there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll pray for that because I think that I know it's needed. I mean, I don't want to do it, but I mean, being that I came from a church that was very successful with community, and I know that wherever I go, I look for community, and you know
Right,
that. And if I don't find it, I'll build it if they'll allow me. But when you
right,
go somewhere that's strictly, I always say this is a staff-driven church and a program-driven church, then you have no community, you have no relationships going on. You have
right,
people coming for church, being told what to do, and then you've got them coming for the programs and going home and they don't even know who's in the church. So when you say, "Oh, we're praying for brother such and such," they nobody knows who that is, and it's only got 500 people. When I went to a church that had grew to 30,000, and we actually knew thousands of people because of the small group theory. You have a
right.
small group for 6 weeks, then you go
Yes.
to another small group. So you met so many people, and then we had a division. that it was like those people are my family. Like when I go to heaven, I'm going to have thousands of people to greet because
Yes.
that the church was so well put together like that. And you're so good at bringing people in, that I think that you'll do really well with that. Plus, you got this podcast. And tell me about the podcast. What's your flavor?
Oh, so it's called Here, like here, HEAR, where you
Okay.
belong.
Okay.
And I interview people that have found belonging for themselves or provide belonging for other people.
Okay.
And well, like I earlier today, I interviewed someone from Romania,
Oh,
and
wow.
she has just published a book, or maybe it's not just, but she's published a book, Whole, 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 Not Perfect.
Okay.
And it's a collection of stories of her own experiences and other people's, finding that you have to belong to yourself first, find out, strip away all the I got to do this,
Mm,
the presentation, the performance, strip away
yeah.
all that, find out who God made you. And it's interesting, almost everybody comes down to that basic message that, we are each God's workmanship,
Yeah.
created in Christ Jesus for good works, which he prepared beforehand so we could walk in them. Which means if we're not being us, there are these works that are supposed to happen that
Yeah.
aren't getting done.
That's right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's not like we can't do them. We were tailor made,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
work.
And
So
I know because you're so like that you're magnetic. So your people track to you, Dia, because you're good with yourself, you know. You're not afraid of the world. You're doing God's work. And people just magnetize to you because of that bright light that you have. I know I do.
well, thank you.
I
And that
did.
can be true for everybody.
It should be, yeah.
And we just have to, one, be quiet and hear God say, "You are my child that I have uniquely created, and
Mm,
I love you, and I have something special for you to do that nobody else can do."
yeah. Yeah. So we only have a few minutes left, and I
Yes.
want to know on each one of your children. I know you used to say something every time one popped out.
Gave him a number.
I wish we had time for you to tell us. Maybe you could squeeze in your first birth, what that was like.
Well,
That's a great story.
well,
Maybe you can squeeze it in, but go ahead,
um,
squeeze in that story, and then what do you say when your children are born? I
oh,
want.
very first time that I'm alone with them, I tell them two important things.
Okay.
One, I give them the gospel because why not start? I mean, they can't understand it, but I can start practicing telling it to them. And the
Yeah.
second thing is, if you're going to go to college, you have to get a scholarship.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's how all your kids got colleges. That's great.
They have seven went to college. The eighth one went for a little bit and said, "This isn't for me." And I'm like, "What do you mean? We all go to college." But you know what? He is doing just fine.
Yeah, yeah,
He-
yeah. But
he's
you say
doing
something else to them. You always used to say about their condition, their spiritual condition.
you're a precious little sinner. You
Yeah,
have
they used to say this is the
that's
little
part of the gospel.
depravity. Oh, okay. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah,
Remind me
they
what I told you.
yeah, you said something about this is a little depravity of humanity right here to be molded. Something like that. Here we are. So
Yes,
yeah,
good greetings, my sweet little bundle of depravity.
yes, that's kind of what you said. Yes.
That's what
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I love you. Well, that was in the telling them of the gospel.
Oh,
That
I see.
yeah,
Okay.
because
All right.
they are a bundle of depravity, but they
Yeah.
don't know that yet, and they haven't exercised it yet. But just
Yeah.
wait till they're two, and they're going to say no. And
Yeah. I'll tell you
so,
what, you have so many stories. I think I want to have you back on in a couple months, maybe. Could you come
oh,
back
sure,
on and
sure, I
tell
would
them?
love to.
because there's so many. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I know this and I know that, and I know people would just so like they would be inspired by how you have run your life and the enthusiasm that you've always kept, you know. And the truth is, like, yeah, we get down, but we don't stay down. We don't.
Right,
And that's the whole purpose of my podcast is to show people, yeah, you're going to get hit in the head somewhere, but you
right.
can either stay there and let the lump grow and just get fat, or you can get out of that and take care of that lump and move on and teach other people how not to get the lump on their head. So, and you are so good at that. You are so good at helping other people, grow and advance. And
Well, thank you for that. I received that.
yeah,
And
well, you should because it's for me and I know. So
oh, yes,
we'll
yes.
do another one. So, but okay, so I want to know one thing. We have 1 minute left.
Okay.
Where are all your children right now? Do
Well,
you know?
they have finally gravitated back to the United States, and
Ah,
except the last one, then everybody got here, yay! But she went off to there. Our oldest was Candace was in Brazil for 10 years. They're now in Atlanta area. She has founded a nonprofit organization that's a ministry to athletic coaches' wives that were
oh
the
wow, wow.
population. Our next one, son, was in Sarajevo, Bosnia for 11 years. He
Mm.
is now in the Atlanta area
Oh,
and still working with crew and over the missionaries in Eastern Europe and working on a number of things and
okay.
has coming out the Barnabas Factor, which is
Oh,
excellent in missions. The third one was in Indiana for 20 years. Now they've moved to Orlando. He works on the Jesus film. The
oh,
group
oh,
has, and then Bethany and Abe. He's the worship leader at Atlanta Christ Church Presbyterian in Atlanta. But they spent 7 years in northern India working at
mm,
an English-speaking boarding school, and that's the
wow.
first batch. The second batch. Corbin was in at Osaka University
Uh-huh.
on scholarship for a year and fell in love with the Japanese food. So now he has a Japanese restaurant in Atlanta that is
Oh,
top rated, delicious, worth the 6.5 hour drive. Gabriel is played football at Wake Forest University, the love of his life, is a financial advisor in Winston-Salem in North Carolina.
okay, okay.
And then Caleb, the one that didn't go to college, lives, well, I don't know. He has a house in Atlanta, but he and his wife run a exclusive resort on 30 acres in Highlands, North Carolina. It's
Oh,
got three, not Airbnb, VRBOs, and they have a big event space and they do all that. But he
oh,
also, they spend a year or two in Portugal and they have a place there. So when they can go back, they can. And so that's Caleb. And then that's the middle batch. And then there's Malia.
yes. Sweet
So
little Malia.
that's where they
Yeah,
all are. And of course,
yeah.
that's why you have so many kids, because you can send them out over the world and go visit them.
Oh, yes, that was such a great plan. I want to
Yes,
ask you one more thing, then we got to go because we're at our
yes,
time. But um, so your son that has this place in Highland,
yes.
um, I'm going to kind of head up there this weekend to Dillard, Georgia. But
Oh, it's so close.
is it a place that we could have a women's retreat?
Absolutely.
You and I?
We could.
Okay, I'm planting the seed because I really want to do that. I've asked people and everybody's like, yeah, 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 we want to do that. And if we can make it, affordable and not too far for some people. Well, I got people in Illinois that are interested. They could fly in. Um, that would be something that we might want to do
yeah,
together, you and
look
I.
up
And we could have
flat.
a tea party.
Yeah, look. Oh, I would love to host a tea party.
Yeah.
Flat Mountain Farm.
Flat
That,
Mountain Farm. Okay, I'm going to look that up, and maybe I might pass there, uh, because I'm going to go to. I really want to go to Dillard. That's where my ashes are going. That's like my favorite place in the whole world is Dillard, Georgia. I just
it's
love
pretty
that.
cool. pretty
It is
cool.
just, I love it. I mean, I just feel like I need some peace and quiet, and that's where I get it all the time. So,
Good,
okay.
good.
So,
So
Dia, you told a story that we didn't expect, but that was awesome. And I have to have you back on because you've got too many great things to offer people and inspire them. So let's do this again. But thank you so much for coming, and we'll talk in between because I love you so much. And tell Tom I said hi. Tell him I miss him too.
I
All right.
will. All right.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.